Tribe Tribe. I'm on my way home. Finally get out of the car and stop driving. I was just at my dad's house checking everything out, and something told me to take a moment to pause. We don't take moments to pause in life. I feel like maybe you guys do, but I feel like we're like on the go, or I'm on the go, like go. My brain is on one track, figuring out what I gotta do next. I have like this little schedule made out for myself of what to do, what not to forget before I go home for the rest of the day. Because once I'm home, most of the time I don't leave. Once I'm home and I put my sweatpants on and I'm like comfy, I don't go back out, not unless I have to. And I took a moment to pause, sitting in my dad's driveway, just looking around, thinking about how precious life is and how fast time flies by. Time truly does fly by. I remember being in my 20s at my dad's house. I had just moved back up here from Florida. I was living in, I think I was living in Claremont, Florida at that time. We got hit by those 3 hurricanes. It was actually 4, but we got hit. The third one is what, like, I had to move. It was like 2003, 2004, something like that. The Hurricane Charlie. I don't know if you guys remember. Francis, Charlie. Well, anyways, I had to move because the hurricane was so bad that it took me out of my apartment, because a tornado came through Claremont where I was living, and it damaged my home where I was renting, and it came through my job. I was working at timeshare. It ripped through my job, and I lost my job because, who's going to come to Florida for vacation to stay at a timeshare when there was nothing around? Everything got destroyed by the hurricane, and we got hit back to back to back. It's like Florida didn't have a chance to put itself back together again. I was in multiple hotels. FEMA kept putting me in hotels. Every time I'd go into a hotel, something would happen. The hurricane, one of the hotels I was staying at, the hurricane lifted the roof up off of the hotel, so I had to leave again. And then there was all the hotels were fully booked. Everybody was displaced. There was nowhere for anybody to go. I lost contact of my mom. We all got separated. It was just me and my 2 kids. At that time, I was a single mom of 2 kids. And I found myself living in my car for a little bit. For almost a month. Almost. And, here and there I stayed at a friend's house. And then I ended up renting this RV, literally, like a trailer. And it was in one of these RV parks where the farmers rent to the Mexicans that come up to pick the oranges off of the trees. So it was for the migrant workers. Normally they don't rent to the locals because it's for the migrant workers. And there were a bunch of migrant workers there that were actually helping to clean up after the damage, but the trailers were not in good condition at all. They had a good billion roaches in there, and that freaked me out. I just remember sitting outside crying because I was so afraid. And also, I had a black widow in my window. For those of you that know, I'm petrified of fucking spiders. So I had a black widow spider sitting in my window, and the little RV had roaches. So I didn't feel safe. I didn't know what to do with myself. So I found myself in a 1-bedroom apartment, and we rented it, I think it was 4 of us. We all rented this 1-bedroom apartment. It was the only 1-bedroom that became available that was safe to live in the Claremont area. This might have been even Davenport at this point. I don't even remember. I just know I needed a temporary place to live until I could get enough money to come back to New York, right? Because I had to drive back home. And I took a nighttime job. life was a struggle. I took a nighttime job. Everything I've ever owned, anything and everything I've ever owned, any picture my kids painted me or made in school, any ceramic, I put it in a storage unit and I lost it all. Because once I made enough money for gas to get back up here, I stayed up here to live with my dad. So that was a really long fucking story of my reflection of being at my dad's house. So like, that's where I was going with this story. So I was sitting in my dad's driveway just reflecting on the fucking struggle of my life. Not only that, like, it even took me back to the moment when my kid's father left me, and I tried to like myself because my heart was so fucking hurt and broken, and I thought that was the love of my life. Back then it was, but you know, as you get older, you realize, you know, it wasn't. But back then it really was. And he was like my everything, right? And I was just reflecting on all of that, sitting in my dad's driveway. And it literally doesn't even feel like it was that long ago, right? I have a son that's about to be 30 in August. I have a daughter that's about to be 26 in July. I have another daughter that's about to be 18. It's like, damn, where did the time go? Like, my kids are getting older. I'm getting older. And I'm getting to the point where you're at that age where you're going to lose your parents. You know, not all of us are blessed to have our parents when we're in our 40s. Some of us, like my mom, lost her mom when she was in her 20s, right? Not a lot of us are not blessed to have our parents as we age. And I am one of those people blessed who still have both parents alive, and I'm 46. I don't know a lot of people that have that. And I was just sitting there like having memories of my dad outside working on his property, having memories of me working outside. I started my first detailing business when I lived with my dad. When I moved up here from Florida after the hurricanes, I was like, I don't want to go back and work for the man. I want to work for myself. My mom's boyfriend taught me everything I needed to know to detail boats. I traveled up the east and west coast of Florida, him showing me the ropes. So I did it here. I got licensed and insured, and I was detailing boats down at the marina in Kent, New York on Lake Ontario, right? Met a whole bunch of people and built a name for myself. But I also did work a little 9-to-5er. I was working for Rainbow International doing like mold and water damage, mold remediations. I think that's what you call it. I had to get certified for that stuff too. That was interesting. I always had some really weird manly jobs. I was always in the field. I could never picture myself at an office being inside with a bunch of girls. I always felt like it was like a chicken coop, a bunch of hens just clucking. I don't know, it's just the fucking image in my head. Anyways, I just had a lot of memories of just sitting in my dad's driveway, because right now my dad's sitting in the hospital healing from another stroke. This will be the third stroke since 2019. And your body can only take so much. And time is fucking precious, and it goes by so fast. And tomorrow's not promised. And everything happens literally within a blink of an eye. And the only thing you have left is memories. Literally, memories. And then I was thinking, like, do I want to continue to create good memories? Or, you know, I don't want to look back in my 40s and think about all of the old fucked up shit that I went through and the beef that I had with certain people. That's why I have zero tolerance. I just cut people off and I cut them out of my life, because I don't want memories of fucked up people in my life. And then I was just thinking to myself, damn, I gave my time and energy to a lot of people that did not deserve me. And as I left my dad's driveway, I thought, you know what? That's a new boundary that I added to my life. And I won't cut these people off like I did some people, but I'm cutting them out because they don't deserve my time, because time is fucking precious. And I guess I just wanted to share that. Like, time is fucking valuable. You can never get time back. And going forward, I promise you, I will only give my time to people that deserve me. I will no longer associate with people that do not deserve my fucking time.